I have some ice cream behind me here, and I'm going to show you the simplest way to make a time-lapse video with the Nikon D600. I'm going to begin just by getting my shot ready here, and there I have some nice ice cream. You probably want to use not the auto white balance. So I'm going to go to the white balance here, and I'm just, since I'm kind of rushing, I maybe shouldn't have gotten the ice cream ready yet. I am going to use my eye to see what the auto suggests actually, and this is about what the auto suggests. So I set my white balance using Kelvin, so it's not going to change as the camera takes the separate shots. The camera's in live. I'm starting with the camera in live view on photo mode. It's on the camera here, not on the video mode. So then you go into menu, and then in terms of brightness and things like that, you know, it likes my, it says the brightness is at a good level there. I'm on f6.3. For your exposure time here is going to become your exposure for your frame rate when you make the video. And so usually if you were shooting video with this camera or with any camera and you were shooting in 24 frames per second, you would probably have typically about a 1/50th of a second exposure. And I've been lowering that lately based on the advice of a friend. When you're doing time lapse, if there's motion, it's not going to matter so much with melting ice cream. But if you're making a video of people moving, if you lower the frame rate even down, you know, around once to like half of a second or slower, that blurs the movement a little bit and makes it a little smoother so that the people aren't moving really staccato. It doesn't matter so much, I don't think, with melting ice cream. So we're just going to go down to 1/15th of a second. But it, just so you know, it doesn't have to stay at 1/50th of a second, where it would be if you were just shooting straight video. The camera's going to output the type of video file that it is set to output. So you want to go into shooting menu and down to the bottom and set your movie settings here. And I almost always have mine set at 24 frames per second, full HD. So I'm going to leave it there. Then I'm going to go back out to the shooting menu. You go up one. The next, oh, sorry, I moved up there. The next item up in the shooting menu is time-lapse photography. We're not going to do the interval timer shooting. That's sort of, for lack of a better way of saying it, the old-fashioned way of doing it. And it can work great, but it's just a little bit more work. So we're going to go to time-lapse photography, and we're going to hit OK. We're going to leave it off for now. Hopefully you can see this okay. And we're just going to follow the arrow here to set up our shot. Now you need to do a little bit of math at this point. You need to sort of think about how long the process is going to take, whatever you're filming, and how long you want your final video to be. How long do you expect people to watch ice cream melt? And I don't think people are going to find that interesting for much more than a minute. I think it's going to take about an hour for this ice cream to melt, probably more actually. So if it tells you here how long your final video is going to be based on the current settings. Now, this is going to be hard to take all of this in just as you're watching this video, but you can look at it on the camera later, and just so you know that it is there. So right now, the way I have it set up, based on the last time I used the time lapse, is I was taking one frame every 2 seconds, right? That's the second symbol, the quotation marks. This is minutes, hours. I should go the other way. Hours, minutes, seconds. So every 2 seconds, I was taking a shot. So, and I did it for 5 minutes. I ended up with a 6-second video. I think 2 seconds might not be too bad. Let's leave it there for a second. But if we do this for an hour, this is going to end up with being a 1 minute 15-second video. That's not bad, but I'm just starting to think an hour might not be quite enough. Let's do it for an hour and 15 minutes. You know what? Let's do it longer. I want to make sure we get the end of it. Let's do it for an hour and a half. Now I'm actually going to go back here to my intervals, and that's 2 minutes. That's quite a lot. I think I'm going to increase it to 3 seconds. Now it's a 1 minute 15-second video if we use all of the whole clip. That's not too bad. And of course we can play with it a little bit after too. So every 3 seconds the camera is going to take a shot. It's going to do this for 1 hour and 30 minutes. And now it's all set. So you just go up to on, and let's see what happens. We're going to push OK. There we go. So the camera is doing its thing now. You don't want to move anything or forget and turn off the lights or open a door that's going to let in sunlight. Just leave everything the way it is, and you let the camera capture this slow process, and we'll come back and look at it in 1.5 hours.